Michelle from the Art of the Torrid Love Affair coming on live. So we're going to talk today about owning our own turn on. The first thing that you want to do is just realize, like, well, why would I want to own my own turn on? The reason why you want to own your own turn on is because so far we really probably let biology take its course around our turn on. And unfortunately, biology fails us. I don't know if anyone else has ever experienced this before, but in my experience, if I just let biology run its course, my life does not go the way I want it to go. And so I was taught, maybe about 7 years ago, about how I can take ownership of my own turn on. And the reason I wanted to do that is if I dictated biology to do it, my life went in a certain way. But if I owned it, my life went a whole other way. So I want to teach you guys today how to own your turn on so that you can have the experience of aliveness, joy, and fulfillment and excitement. When you're turned on in life, different things start happening. You behave differently. You say different things. You soften into life. You get more playful when you're turned on. So who you get to be inside of turn on is drastically different than who you get to be outside of turn on. So at any time, anywhere, you can create turn on for yourself in order to have these feelings of turn on alive in you so that you can take action from that. And the first thing I want to talk to you is about the chakras. Now, many people might know about chakras, but many people might not know about chakras. All I'm going to say about chakras is they're energy centers in your body, and they dictate certain energies that run through you. And when you pay attention to these chakras, what happens is the energetics that are connected with that chakra start to grow and start to get activated. And when you activate your chakras, your well-being becomes better. You become more alive. You become more energetic. And so today I want to talk to you about the sacral chakra, aka the sexual chakra. And that is about 3 centimeters below your belly button. So I just want you to think about, maybe just placing your hand there and just seeing, just what does that feel like to have your hand on your sacral chakra? Just place it there and feel. Now we're going to breathe into it, and you want to just activate this sacral chakra. This is your creation chakra. This is what everything that you do, that you create, comes out of it. And as humans, we love creating. It just makes us feel so amazing when we have nothing and then we have something. And this all comes from our sacral chakra. And you can understand this is also the creation of life in both men and women. That's the center of the creation of life, which is so beautiful. Now, I'm just going to give you a quick exercise that you can do in order to activate your sacral chakra. It's very simple. All you want to do is you want to breathe light into your sacral chakra and then breathe twice as much light out. Breathe in golden, beautiful light and then twice as much light out. Now you can do this at anywhere, at any time. I just got back from London and I was doing this when I was riding the tube. When I started doing the exercise, what happened is that people started interacting with me differently. People started looking at me differently. My energetics was growing. There is a company called HeartMath that is actually measuring the energetics that are coming off of our body. Now, our heart chakra has the most energy coming off of it. And when you amplify your heart chakra, you can actually throw your energy up to 30 feet. So imagine the people around you are in your heart energy, almost 30 feet away from you, and how you're impacting them. Well, you can do the same thing with your sacral chakra, your creation chakra, and your sexual chakra, or your turn on chakra, whatever you want to call it. So if you start breathing light in and breathing twice as much light out. Breathing light in, twice as much out. And you can even see already how that impacts me, right? It's you can see I just get softer and I get more in my body. So it's just a really great practice to start activating that sacral chakra and creating that energy in your body. Okay, so the second thing I want to talk about creating your own turn on is, this might sound selfish, but I want you to think about how you are being the most sensual with yourself and things. Now, when you touch people, you're usually touching them to see what it's like for them. Like you want to give to them, right? So you're touching them in order to give to them. But instead of doing that, I want you to think about touching them in a way that feels good to you and yourself that feels good to you. Also things, items, touch things to make them feel good to you. This is activating your sensuality. And in the consent wheel, and if you haven't seen the consent wheel before, I highly recommend go looking it up. It talks about how taking is a part of sex. It's a part of being intimate with somebody, and how you can play with the different types, different buckets, like taking, receiving, giving, and allowing. And so we're talking about taking today. You're just going to take. You're just going to take from this object, and you're going to let it totally please you. And even your own body, let it please you. Touch it in a way that it feels good to you. And then also with other people, touch them in a way that feels good to you. Now, what's great about touching other people in the way it feels good to you, as long as it's consensual, is they usually love it too. But you're activating your turn on. You're activating the cells in your body. Turn on is about activating all the cells in your body so that you can feel from head to toe. It's not just activating the sacral chakra. It's not just about the crotch area. You want to bring it out into other areas of in your life. And then you want to thank the object. Say, oh, thank you for letting me take from you and giving me so much pleasure. Thank you so much. You just want to start thinking about, like, how does touching things give you pleasure? The weight of this necklace on my hand. Oh, it feels so nice. But a lot of times we move so quickly in life that we miss these opportunities to explore and experiment and experience things and people and places. So this is also about being willing to slow down. When you're eating, are you really tasting the food? Are you allowing it to really impact all of you? With your taste buds, what's the texture? How does it feel when you chew? What is it like to swallow it? Can you feel it going all the way down? I know sometimes when I'm drinking beautiful green juices, I can feel it going all the way down, and it just feels amazing. And again, like when I get present to that, I'm like, oh yeah. And I might be having a really bad day. It's not like my days are like great all the time. Shite happens, and I F up, and I make big mistakes, and I fall on my face, and things don't go the way I want it to go. But when I slow down and start experiencing life and experiencing myself with this sensuality, my perspective changes. So even though things aren't going the way that I want to go, what it looks like, instead of like it's always going to be this way, it more looks like, that's too bad that happened. What can I do next? How can I step into something next that was going to create the result that I want? Okay, so the second thing is just taking pleasure in yourself and others, and touching things, and taking, and look up the consent wheel. Okay, so the third thing that I'm going to share with you about creating turn on every day, anywhere, is flirt unabashedly. You're kind of putting on a show for people. You're doing it up for them. You're going up and you're telling them how great they look. You're giving them compliments. You're asking for compliments. Oh my God, I ask for compliments all the time. I went to this one woman yesterday. We were at this pool party, and it was supposed to be an R&B pool party, and they weren't playing R&B at all. And I went to this woman, and I'm like, they're not playing R&B at all. This is all reggae. And she's like, really? I don't even know what it is. And I'm like, well, just tell me I'm right. Can you just validate me really quickly and just tell me I'm right? And she's like, oh, you are so right. This is not R&B. This is something else. And like that, I was flirting with her. Even though it was a woman, I was still playing and flirting with her and asking for her to contribute to me, and I was contributing to her. So you can go up to people and, wow, I love that sweater. That is beautiful. And it looks great on you. I remember one time I told a woman, I said, wow, I was at this cacao ceremony. I had the last cup of cacao. And this woman and her boyfriend came up after me. And she was wearing a skin-tight dress, and she just looked amazing. And I was like, whoa, I love that dress. And she goes, don't give the dress all the credit. And I'm like, oh my God, I love you. And I gave her my cup of cacao because it was just so brilliant about how she was playing with me. I gave her a compliment. She's like, don't give the dress all the credit. This flirtation that was happening. And flirting is playful. And when you get to be in the playful part of life, again, you feel more alive. You feel more relaxed. Stress kind of falls away. Now, a lot of people collapse flirting with sexuality. And I want to uncollapse that. Just because you're flirting with somebody doesn't mean that you want it to go someplace else. It's just a lovely momentary interaction that you get to create, and you know, and you get to create that energetics between you and the other person. So compliment people, start conversations with people, ask them interesting questions. I'll be sharing about that in another video. What questions can you ask people? All right, just to review the 3 ways that you can own your own turn on. Activate your sacral chakra. Breathe in and out of the sacral chakra, in and out of the sacral chakra. When you're walking down the road, when you're on the tube, when you're sitting at your desk, when you're at the cafe, and then just start to witness around you. Are people paying attention to you differently? Are you getting different looks? Are people starting conversations with you? Just experiment, see what happens. And then the second thing is just, you know, touching things for your pleasure, activating all parts of you, touching others for your pleasure. Touching others, like taking from them, but not in a way that hurts them. Just know that, yeah, I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to take. This is all for me, and claim that this is all for me. I've said that to my lovers. This is not about you. This is all for me. And you know what they say? Great, go for it. Okay, so the third thing to activate or to own your own turn on is to flirt. Start playing playful people. Start, you know, having fun, complimenting them, acknowledging them for something. Tell them what a great day it is. Share something. A great way that I start talking to people is like, can I share something with you? Oh my God, they love it. They're like, yes, what do you have? And I'm like, well, this and this happened and this happened, and it made me feel this way. And they're like, oh my God, fantastic. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with them, but they just think it's great that I'm sharing with them. Okay, beautiful. I hope that was of value to you.